Hole 1, a nice gentle introduction. The second putts around the hole are fairly straight. And there's two ways of playing it. You can go off the right, about a foot from the right hand side, and guide it about 2 foot to the right of the rocks, the right rock, and just guide it round. It's a smooth shot, which is fine. The other one is 1 foot from the left, aiming at the right inside of the right rock, and with a straight at it, and then it turns slightly. I've been using a clicker on this hole, and you just want something that's going to roll quite consistently. Just walk you down to the hole, so you can see the turn there, down to the hole. And so, hole number 2. Only one real way of playing this. I've not seen anyone do anything different. Tee off quite far left, give yourself a little bit of an angle, and just guide it around the bricks on the left hand side. Been using a dead ball here. A dead ball generally doesn't react. You may get an unfortunate kick off one of the bricks with the seams. Try and just judge the weight of this. Just get the weight right. You need to hit it harder than you think. You generally won't get in too much trouble here. From here it's a right to left putt. The worst that can happen is get stuck behind the pole on the right hand side. Okay, so just be aware of that. Just guide it round harder than you think, and into the hole hopefully. On to hole number 3.
What?
Hole 3 is, you want to be about 6 to 9 inches from the right hand side. It's basically a guided shot to the rock behind it. There is a direct shot through, but the easiest way is off the rock behind it. So pushing it slightly to the right edge of the hole, and it will drift round, and ideally you want to hit the rock about 6 inches to the right of the hole. I've been using the Vizela ball. Anything around about a 30 to 35 bounce is pretty good. You want a nice smooth stroke for it to check back off the rock and in. You can get yourself in trouble behind the hole, so don't overhit it. Hole 4, you can get in a bit of trouble here. Many reasons why. The shot we've been playing is approximately about a foot to 9 inches from the left hand side, up onto the tiers. You only want to hit on the first tier, so you want to hit that brick that is level with on the first tier before it goes up onto the second tier. It's the brick marked with a white chalk mark. The full brick in between the two small ones. Been playing an MG295 Eurostar, which is about a 30 bounce, but rolls quite smoothly. Rolls across to the hole over there. It's a right to left from there. Very tricky swinging putts if you don't get this quite right. If the ball doesn't get beyond this rock, it will roll all the way back to the start. So you just have to be very, very wary of getting the pace right. Always nice to walk off with a 2. A very rare aced opportunity. So just get your 2, walk off. Hole number 5, an absolute beast. It's the first of the real troublesome ones of wondering what you do. I've been using quite a large high bounce ball, around about a 60 to 65 bounce. It is as fearsome as it looks. Lots of swinging putts once you get down there. You generally don't know where the ball is going to end up from when you tee off. It is a real lottery. So what we do is about a foot from the right hand side, off this right hand wall, quite firm. You'll see 2 bricks down there, one with a long white mark, one with a smaller white mark. I've been going with the darker brick with a small white mark on, quite firm. And the aim is to pass as close as you can to these rocks in the middle and off the curved bit at the back. You don't want the flat bit, otherwise that's just going to come all the way around. If you can get off the curved bit, it will kick back towards the hole. The reason you need to hit it firm is to get almost a treble rebound to come back in towards the hole. So it is one of those ones. I did happen to ace it yesterday, but it was just chance. You can get the 2 walk off, you're happy. But it's fraught with danger. Map this one severely. Hole number 6, quite a straightforward one. It's not as fearsome as it looks. So what we've been doing is the Michael Smith monsoon ball, the purple ball. This is for me. I know Sean's been playing the decade ball, which works just as well. But the monsoon ball, and you want to be about a foot from the left. Play relatively close to the pole on the left hand side, maybe put a second brick to the left that you can see, and then it will kick and turn right to left past the hole. Again, just judge how it turns once you get your second putts. There are dangers here of pine cones falling. If it falls during your shot, you're allowed to retake your shot or just clear the course. Also as well, you've got lots of pine needles, so make sure you clear them. But yeah, just another one you just need to map very carefully. Just again, take your 2. Doesn't give up many ones. Hole number 7. There's 2 ways of playing this. There's one which pretty much most people play, but there is another more direct shot. I'll show you both. So the first one is to the right of the right hand bush, from about the middle. Start from the middle. I've been using the Kosovo ball, which is a smooth one of my comfort ball, just to guide it round. Okay, so you try and guide it about halfway between the bricks and the cut and felt, and it will turn down to there. You need to keep the pace very steady, very smooth around the corner. There's a very good ace chance. Holes 7 to 12 are generally very good ace chances. So there's that way round, or there's the one where you tee off from the far right. There is a very good ace opportunity if you hit this right. You have to be very close to the right hand side of the left bricks here of the bush, and it does turn slowly after the rock, but if you're too far away from the bricks, it won't turn at all. So just if you are going to do that, just get the pace absolutely right and the direction as well. Hole number 8 has been fearsome all week. It's quite an innocuous looking hole. Lots of twists and turns on that on the dance floor, as it were. I've been teeing off. I've been playing with the B&M B4, but I have been playing with another ball. It's about a 40 bounce. Looking for the rebound off the back wall. Try and keep the hills out as much as you can. So far left, going over the left, just on the left edge of this first bump, over the second bump, onto the platform. You want a heavier ball purely because it keeps on the ground rather than taking off. So just a heavier ball. If you can get a rebound off one of these 2 bricks to the right of the big rock, so one of the 2 bricks to the right of the big rock and back down, it does bend in from, as you look at it from here, right to left. Just gives you an idea of what it's like. Once it starts travelling past the hole, it's very difficult for it to stop, but it does stop. But if you overhit it, you're almost back to the tee. 9's I think one of my favourite holes in the course. It's a lovely design. Makes you think you should be playing through the middle, but the correct way to play it is about a foot from the right hand side. I've been playing this with the Kosovo ball, again another ball. Any ball will work in here, so you want to be about, I'll say, a foot from the right. Guide it round at a steady pace, probably to about a foot and a half from the bricks, and then it will turn towards the hole. If you want off the hill, you want to be the line coming off here is between the rock and the hole. It does turn slowly and turn slowly in. I would map the putt direct in line with me now, directly behind there. It is inside right, but just make sure you get that line, because a lot of the putts, if you miss, will go to the back. So just get that correct, and it shouldn't be too difficult, but just make sure you have that correctly done. Hole 10 is possibly the most consistent pipe hole in world golf. I saw it miss once in practice, and every other putt that's gone through the pipe has gone in. It's so consistent. This is almost, it's pretty much a nailed on one as long as you get the first putt right. So what you want to do is tee off far left, and you're aiming at the far of the 2 craters which lead down. Enough pace to come off the back wall. I've been playing about something like a Nefo 2 at a firm pace, but just enough to get it back into the crater. Okay, anything that bounces off about 6 to 9 inches off the wall will come back. It does filter down towards it. As you look at it, the second and third bricks are a very good one to aim for. They generally filter it back. The first brick on the left hand side tends to push it away, so just be very careful if you hit that one. The rock to the right of that, the left of that, sorry, does actually guide it back in as well, but it's more inconsistent. So the second and third bricks are almost directly over the hole. It will go through there, down onto there. There's absolutely no point mapping any putts down there. I did it, they are fairly straight, but I've not seen it missed once in tournament play, at least anyway. So that is hole 10. Hole 11 is another tricky looking hole, and it can punish. Another one that if you get this wrong, you can bring yourself back to the tee. I have been teeing off a foot from the right hand side and aiming about a foot to the left of the hole, trying to dead weight it in. It does, obviously, as you can see, two platforms turning it back towards the rock. It's not a disaster if you hit the left hand side of the rock. It does kick it out and you've got a fairly straightforward putt for it too. The other one is almost a similar position, playing for the rebound. I know it's something that Sean does. He's playing I think the decade ball off the back to one of the bricks to the left of the hole, and it turns back, and from here it is a right to left putt. And then the one that the Czechs have been playing a lot of is the golf ball up the left hand side onto the big rock on the left hand side and a brick on the back. Does bring it round rather nicely, but can be fraught for danger. If you overhit it, you will go back. So just be very careful on that one. It's a nice looking shot if it goes, but can lead to all sorts of danger. Hole number 12, last of the really good ace opportunities. Anything is possible here. You've got a really good chance of the ace, as I say. I've been using quite a dead ball myself, but a lot of people have been playing the rebound, which is an equally viable shot. But with the rebound, it does, as you look at the hole, does kick it to the right more often than not. So it's not a consistent coming back bounce. So I've been teeing off about a foot to the right of the bricks here. Gives you a slight angle. With your tee shot, you don't want a lot of pace. You want enough to get off the first platform, and it will just keep gathering speed after that. So enough to get off the first platform, gather speed after that, and push it slightly closer than your tee off position to the first platform. As it falls down, you'll have a hole 13. Hole 13 is another one of those ones you look at it and you think, well, what the hell am I doing here? Now, the shot we've decided on, there's a couple of ways of playing it, but the Czechs tend to go for the safe too. You can chase the ace here. It's a very good opportunity. Tee off far right with the Kent decade ball. Anything around about 60 seems to be pretty good. You want to aim for the fifth brick on the left. Relatively firm, not overly hard, but relatively firm enough to get the ball back across to that big rock over there. You want to be about a foot past that big rock, ride the bank for a little bit for it to come back through here. From here it turns left to right. The idea is just try not to get yourself stuck behind the rocks. If you do happen to miss it, it does go in. If you do happen to miss it, there is a very good chance you won't snook yourself as long as you don't lip out. It's a right to left putt coming back. These rocks can be perilous, but also can be played off for twos. I did that earlier. But just another one of those ones you wonder what's going on with the hole. But just take it steady, nice firm tee shot, off the bank, and in it goes. Hole 14, tricky looking hole this one. Generally is okay. You just need to take care I've been teeing off 9 inches to the right of the the brick on the right, aiming at the left edge, the large rock, as you can see behind off the hole. It should guide it round the tree in the middle to the left, and then bring it back. There's a bank, it comes off. There's either the direct shot in, which is it does go, but it's very tricky. Also got these pine needles as well, so you'll need to get yourself low for second shots. A lot of people have been aiming for the rock that's on the course for a little bit of rebound back. I've been using the 3D 513, which has got a bounce in the high 20s, just to bring it back. It does go, but you just need to once again take care. Anything from this kind of angle behind the hole is right lip, so just make sure you have that. Anything else seems to be fairly straight, and also anything from the left of the rock as you look at it is right lip as well. Hole 15, for the people that are familiar with the Pirate course, hole 8, it does have that kind of feel to it, just a slightly different layout. So I was using the MG6, which is a very high bounce ball, about an 80. I've decided to can that and gone with a regular golf ball. Golf ball about a foot from the right hand side, and you're playing for about the 3rd brick down from the slope. So as you look at, 3rd brick down from the slope, relatively firm enough that you get the rebound past the hole and back past again. There's enough, you don't want to overhit it. There's a bad putt coming back, or underhit it and you're too short, and again it's a swinging putt. Just as it gets to about 2 foot from the hole, it does filter towards the hole, so just get the pace right on that and you could be well rewarded. Hole 16, affectionately known as the buttocks because of the layout of the course. There are a couple of different ways of playing this. I will try and explain to you. The first way, which seems to be popular with the Czechs, is very extreme right, and you almost tap it to go down. It does keep going and going and going. So you want to keep that as flat as possible, coming out of the right cheek, as it were. So as it pushes towards the hole from the right, if it comes off the left side, it then pushes to the right, so it will miss there. The second way of doing it is fairly much any ball you want. I had been using something relatively slow and soft, teeing off from the middle, and you want to be aiming at the right side of the right buttock, and then it turns around right to left, put enough pace for it to come up the hill, back down again, and push back towards the hole. It's a nice shot if that goes, very well timed one. Or the other one is what myself and Sean have been playing, is a clicker right between the two, looking to miss the hole on the right hand side and coming back with a rebound. Very tricky to get, again, a consistent finish of where the ball's going to finish, but we generally found that one left you in less danger. So have a look at that one. Again, I try all 3, but we seem to think that one was the one that left you in less danger. Keep yourself away from the rocks if you can. But it's not consistent, not confirmed where you will end up. There's no sort of guaranteed spot. Hole 17, a number of different ways you can play this. I think it's one of the greatest holes I've seen, actually, especially so close to the end of a round. Can reward bravery. 3 different ways of playing it. There, the slow shot from the left hand side, or generally people being about a foot from the left brick, round the far of these stones, quite steady, quite slow, and into the hole down there. The second one is something Kent Decade ball, just somewhere around that pace. An EFO 160 will probably do the job as well. Through the gap there, you'll probably be around about, as you look at it, a full brick to the left of the hole, and play for the rebound coming back. Nice shot if that goes. Really, it's a pretty shot. It's only going with one certain weight of putt. And the other one, if you're not feeling too confident with either of those, is a clicker off the far left, round the left rock, off the far wall, You generally be quite high, looking at about 5-6 bricks to the left, and then with enough pace to just drop down back towards the hole, guiding it round. Okay, very could be a tricky little hole. Putts around the hole aren't too bad, all in all. And we finish off with hole number 18, right in front of this wonderful house out here, the clubhouse plus Daniel and Jitka's house. Extremely lucky to play in a place like this with that overlooking it. So hole 18 to finish off. I've been playing the decade ball, anything around that similar kind of strength. You want to be about 6 to 9 inches from the left hand side, keeping it quite flat over the turn, and relatively firm pace. You don't want to be overcooking it, but relatively firm, possibly missing the hole on the left hand side. As you look at it, hitting the brick slightly to the left of the hole for the rebound. It is an uphill swinging putt rebound. Just get that right, and you may get rewarded with an ace there to finish with. But that's Horni Bezdekov. Just a fantastic place to play mini golf. Anyway, that's me, Steve. Until next year for the WAGM, as it will be.